Hello, it's Professor Tierney. I wanted to take a chance to go over a concept that we covered in class that students often request a refresher on, and that is the prefix system and writing equations using prefixes. So I'm going to pull up a table for us to look at. Here we go. Here's your table. And let me make sure that I am able to write. Right. So here's our prefixes for the metric system. As a reminder, all the units as we go up. Wow, that's a really thick marker, Tierney. Let's make that a little bit thinner. Okay, here we go. As we go up the chart, these prefixes are getting bigger. As we go further down the chart, they're getting smaller. So I can tell what unit is going to be bigger by seeing which one is higher on the chart. That is going to be very important for writing our equation. All of the units in the prefix system have a base unit, and then if you want to make the unit bigger or smaller, you add a prefix to the beginning. So for example, if we're dealing with liters, all right, if I needed a unit that was bigger than liter, I might pick kilo, mega, giga, or tera. And we're going to write an equation to relate that base unit liter with the unit that we made bigger using a prefix. So let's just pick one. So let's say I want to relate liters and gigaliters. First thing we do is we pick which of the two units is bigger. That always gets the 1. So if I'm looking at liters and the giga on my chart, I see that giga is much bigger. It's higher up, so that gets the 1. Now, in our equations, we're only allowed to have one prefix. So in this case, that's the giga. The other unit always has to be a base unit. In your equations, we always have to have one unit that is the base unit. So liter, meter, grams, or seconds. The other one, we tack a prefix onto the beginning. So I put a 1 with the bigger unit, and then I find the one prefix that's in our equation, giga, and I find the power of 10 for giga, which is 10 to the 9th. I would put that in the blank. If it is already positive, we keep it positive. If it's negative, we make it negative. So let's look at another one. So let's say we're doing, we want to tell the relationship between grams and micrograms, right? So micro has this Greek letter as its symbol, so microgram. First thing we do to write the equation, we find the unit that is bigger. So that's going to be the one that's higher up on the chart. In this case, that's grams. Grams is higher up on the chart than the micro prefix. So 1 goes with grams. Notice 1 does not have a designated position, left or right, because I can flip grams or micrograms. I could write, I could flip this equation. How many micrograms are equal to how many grams? The positioning doesn't matter. The thing that matters is 1 goes with the bigger unit. Then we find our prefix in the equation. We're only allowed 1, and that is our micro. I find the power of 10 for micro. 10 to the negative 6. If it's a negative, we make it positive because we are positive people. Okay? Let's do one more with a negative. So let's say I want to relate nanometers to meters. First thing I do, I find the bigger unit. So that's going to be the one that's higher up on the chart. That's the meter. That gets the 1. Now we find our prefix, nano. We look for the power of 10, 10 to the negative 9th. If it's negative, we make it positive. And hopefully that clarifies some of the questions that you had about this topic.